That sound means you're back on the air with the restaurant brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon. So today's show has really focused on entrepreneurship and these restaurant incubator programs. We were joined by legendary restaurateur Phil Romano, who's the founder of concepts like Fuddruckers and Macaroni Grill, just to name a few. Now, as we talk about that, let's just really play that into the reality of the startup entrepreneur, Eric. Let's talk about the unbridled truth and inside scoop on entrepreneurship. It's as easy as it sounds.
It does sound great when you talk to Phil, but as restaurant brokers, as you all know, we're in contact almost daily with people that want to start up a restaurant and, have a dream and, want their dream to come to reality. And we are here to help them. But I think there's a single lesson we should pass on here that there's no one size fits all the way to make that dream come to life. I mean, there's many different paths that can lead to that. On today's show, we've talked about, restaurant incubation program. Never heard of this. When I read about this, I told our team, I said, we must have a show on this. This is never seen before. And trust me, I've seen a lot in 14 years of doing this. Access to capital and funding and support are built to the mix, which was unbelievable. Then you have also this La Cucina, which was, a help for young immigrants and, ladies that want to get into the business, but from a very different way, not just restaurant. We heard about, production. We heard about retail. We heard about food trucks. We heard about trailers. So this has been a very, very interesting way. And I think in the life of the restaurant industry, these are very fresh new ideas that hopefully are going to take some really strong roots and be the future of the opportunity for people to make their dream come true.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing that there are the access to these sorts of resources and access to capital. There's an old saying in the industry, actually in all business, that the place you get from startups are the 3 F's, friends, family, and fools. You find friends who will come in and help you out. Mom and dad are always going to be good for a few bucks. And then you find those fools who believe in your dream and will join you in your venture. But now we're talking about really outside the box, but some other folks who are coming into really a high-risk business and putting forth some dollars that will help you get your dream off the ground. That's really a great thing.
Yeah, and part of the reality here, the reality is not everybody in this country has a Trinity Groves in their backyard. You got to go to West Texas, to Dallas to get into this. So how do we do this? One of the things we heard from Phil is we let you do what you do best, and we support you in everything else. So for those of you out there that have the dream or want to start a restaurant, you may have the best, chicken salad recipe in the world, but if that's what you know how to do, you must get help, support. Phil said, hey, we have a board, we have consultants, we have different people. I'm not saying go run out there, pay consultants, a large fee, but seek out who are your role models in your local area or in the regional area. Can you go and ask somebody, hey, would you like to be on my little board of advisor? I don't care if you're a 2-man shop that sells hot dog. You should have somebody that actually talks to you. I'm not saying get their cell phone and don't speed dial every time you have a problem, but once a quarter, feed them. Say, hey, here's some of the issues I had in the last 3 months that I'm struggling to resolve. I'm sure you guys have seen that in the past. How do you overcome this? And you guys know, because we talk on a quarterly basis. You know about our situation. What are some of the recommendations you may have? Whether it's going to be themselves giving you a life story to help you, whether they have some partners that would be the right fit for you to overcome whatever challenges you have, or to help you take into the next level. You may say, hey, we have so much business that we're losing business. I've never had that happen in my life. This is a lot faster. We hear that a lot, Robin. People say, this business is so much faster than everything else I've done in the past. So seek help. Build a team. An appetite for acquisition, Robin, we talk about, build a team prior to buy, but also there's a team that goes right after that, correct?
I agree, and I think this is a brilliant idea that you have this sort of advisory board, because too often what happens is you're talking to a very close-knit circle. You're talking to your friends and your family, those people who invested with you, or
and the fools.
Yeah, and you're talking to vendors. Well, each one of those has a different point of view, but they don't maybe not have that strategic overall vision to say, hey, you know what, where you're really missing the boat is if 75% of your orders are a call-in, increase your kitchen space, shrink your floor space, and, make yourself primarily takeout and delivery. And it's sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees because there's so much going on, and having that kind of bigger scale of individuals out there, they're going to be helpful to give you strategic ideas.
Many times as restaurant brokers, people call us for various things. Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And Robin and I and our team are always graciously offer, a 5-minute opinion, a cup of coffee with a current buyer or seller, past or future. We've talked to anybody, and we see a lot because every day we're looking at different things. And we're more than happy to do that. A lot of people have asked us, hey, would you help me out? Well, don't look for a consultant. Build this into your practice from day one. Understand what the needs are and reach out to different people. And your vendors are great resources. There's great vendors out there, but do keep in mind a lot of them are trying to sell their product more than anything else, and their products may be the answer, but may not be. So you're looking for somebody to introduce you to people that really have more of a genuine concern about your success, like Phil Romano and his team. I mean, they care about it. I mean, if you think about it, for those of you out there that know retail, it's $600 a square foot that you must do to survive in Trinity Groves. $2.5 million, 2,500 square foot, $1.5 million. So those of you in the business, these are not small numbers, and especially in an area where it is a destination that it was nobody to come there.
And I want to talk about that idea as far as building a destination where there isn't one now, because there is a space in Atlanta, Eric. We have this listing, and we talked about it a couple years ago, but I just think it's a brilliant space for a culinary arts market to be developed right in Atlanta. It's about 18,000 square feet. It is walking distance to Georgia Aquarium, the Georgia Dome, the brand new Falcon Stadium that's going up. And it is perfectly designed and ready to become this exact kind of an idea, a business incubation center where we would have multiple restaurants flourish and grow. And I'm just looking for somebody to take the reins on that. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. And those of you out there, developers, landlords, landlord reps, big companies, I know you're listening to our show because some of you told me in confidence. Please go talk to your leadership. Let's talk about this. There's got ways. I mean, Phil built a $9 million pool of money to support this. There's a lot of great companies in this Atlanta market. There's a lot of great minds from a restaurant, from development perspective. We have a lot of CEOs of large multinational companies. Let's all sit down at the table. Come to our office for a cup of coffee. Let's make this happen. Let's go reach out and let's ask Mr. Romano to be on a board of advisory for our culinary arts market here in Atlanta. I think it would be a great way to start this here. And Atlanta is such a hotbed for restaurants and young chefs, and we see them every day, Robin and I. There's a lot of talent out there that just needs some help to flourish and to make Atlanta even a bigger presence on the global or even national restaurant scene.
Well, and I think the proximity to CNN Center and the people who come to the market downtown and just the influx of tourists that we get, it will make it even more impressive because this is a place where there's so much cross-pollination going on, and these concepts can take on legs that will go far, far beyond the just the local area of Atlanta, which is a pretty large metro area. And, you know, we had an incredible architect, Gensler International, who already scoped out an incredible plan for the interior, and they viewed it as 1 to 2 large anchor restaurants and multiple sorts of vignettes to go along with it. But I think this is really a project folks could get behind that's really poised for success because, and I didn't mention this, you know, this project is within the West Side TAD, which means that there is actually some public funding, some matching dollars. So this isn't even something where you'd have to put up all your money. Think about Phil was very, very smart in that because he is leveraging other people's money for his success.
Reach out to us. Let's talk. It's a great project, Robin.
Absolutely. Remember, you can see it online as well at WeSellRestaurants.com. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. We're the Restaurant Brokers, and we are on your radio every week to satisfy your appetite for acquisition, feed the need for restaurant reality, and serve up a recipe for business success.